You ever feel like you've been doing everything right? The classes, the self-tapes, just the whole grind, and nothing seems to be happening. Yeah, I've been there. Let's fix that. Dreams don't expire, but action keeps your dreams moving forward. I know a lot of actors who continue to dream that one day they're going to make it. But what dies, what makes them not reach those dreams is that they don't do anything positive that moves them towards those goals. The goals they may have set when they were young, the goals they may have set when they decided that acting is something they want to do. You decided you want to be an actor, you want to be an actress, and maybe you started off moving in the right direction. You got the headshots, you got the resume, you put together some type of demo scene or demo reel. You sent it out. Maybe you didn't get any calls right away, but maybe you did finally get an agent. Or maybe you got a manager and you went out on a few calls and then everything just died. And you stopped moving forward. You stopped doing any action. That's what causes this stagnation of your goal, where it doesn't seem like it's going forward. It doesn't seem like it's moving anywhere. And that's because you're not doing anything to move that goal forward. That's where you have to light a fire under yourself somehow. You have to decide that, do I want to still pursue this career? Do I still want to be an actress? Do I still want to be an actor? What do I need to do? Instead of sitting around and saying, I've heard so many actors say this, oh, I have an agent, but they're not doing anything. And I was in that position number of years. Multiple times I was in that position where I just sat around and waited for the agent or the manager to do something. And I didn't take any action on myself to move my career forward. I didn't do any action. How was I sitting there expecting the agent or the manager to do something for my career when I wasn't even doing anything for my career? And then sometimes I would light that fire again. And this was in the older days. I would send out postcards. I would start trying to find a way to reach out to casting people. And then that would die off. But you have to keep that action going. You have to set some type of realistic goals for yourself. A lot of times when we as actors, we set goals, we start really high, and then we don't meet those goals. We can't keep them consistent. You have to set realistic goals for yourself. You have to set goals that you can really live up to. So keep that in mind. It's not the dream that dies. It's the action that you put behind that dream to try and move it forward. That's what dies. That's what stalls. And you have to light that fire under yourself if this is something you really want, and try to get that action moving to help propel your dream. That myth of perfect timing, where you're sitting around and you're waiting for the time to be right. You're waiting for the time to strike. You're waiting for the time to make your big move towards reaching your goal. And this goes for any goal. I talk about actors, directors, editors. That's my topic area. But going for a goal, setting a goal, or waiting for that perfect timing, that fits anyone if you have a goal that you want to reach. There is no perfect timing. The timing is now. Get started. Like I said previously, set realistic goals. Set realistic things that you're going to do that you really can do. Start small and continue to work forward. Don't wait for the perfect time. I've had a number of people in my life that were always thinking, I get the right camera. I get the right lighting setup. I get the right perfect actor or actress to be in my project, and then I'll make my short film. I'll get the perfect story. The story idea is going to strike out of nowhere. It's going to hit me like a bolt of lightning. I'm going to know that that's the story that I have to tell, and that's when I'm going to move, and that's when I'm going to become a filmmaker. Or that's when I become an actor or an actress, when I get that perfect one role that's going to propel me and lift me up. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect time. Any career, you need to prepare, and you need to propel yourself forward. And start now. You may have limited resources. You may be in an area of the country that doesn't have that many community theaters or doesn't have community colleges that have an acting program. Expand your range of where you're willing to go. Reach out to other people in your area. Take the initiative. There's no schools, there's no classes, there's no workshops. Start one on your own. Find a free location. Find a few actors that maybe want to start. Start with 1 or 2 or 3 actors. Start small. Get them to recruit people. Don't wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. Rejection. I know everyone hates it. Everyone hates it. But rejection proves that you're in the game. Rejection means they considered you. They looked at your photo, your resume. They considered you might be right for this part. Might be someone they want to bring in and see. You go through the audition process, maybe you go through the callback process, and you don't get it. That still means that you are in the game. You were considered for the role. There's so many people that didn't get the chance to be rejected. Remember that. Rejection means you're up. You're at bat. You're trying. You're moving forward. You may get knocked down, but get back up. Get back up and try again. If this is something that you want, rejection is part of it. Top A-list actors get rejected. People just starting out. People in the middle. All actors and actresses face rejection. Rejection means you're in the game, you're trying, you're swinging, you might strike out, but keep going. Keep going. Don't look at it as something that, I got rejected, so that means I should quit. I should go back and get my day job. Rejection means you are trying. You're actually trying to reach your goal. Keep going. Put it a notch on your belt and go to the next one. Keep going. Rejection is not fatal. It's hard to take, but it's not fatal. It means you're swinging, you're trying. Keep going. Build momentum through small wins. Maybe you're in a scene study class and you work on that scene during the week and you get in there and you kill it and everyone's clapping. That's a small win. The teacher says you did a good job. The teacher said, you did a good job, but try it this way. That's a small win. Enjoy the small wins you get, recognize them, and use them as stepping stones to continue to go forward towards your goal. You get called in for a part. You don't get the role. That's still a small win. You get an agent. You get another agent. You have an agent, you like the agent, and some other agent calls you up and says, are you looking for a representation, or sends you an email. That's a small win. You get cast in a small little one-line part. That's a win. That's a win. That's moving you towards your goal. You need to recognize the small wins, not just the big ones. Not just, I got a feature film role, or I got a co-star role on a television series. Yes, those are big wins, but recognize the small ones. They lead you to the big ones. They lead you to the big ones. You meet more casting directors. You meet more people in the business that are already working that you can potentially network with. Stay in touch with them. Actively network. Stay in touch with people you meet on the set. Try to find people when you're on the set that you can talk to and network. Find out what groups they're in. Are they in any acting groups, any workshop groups? And be open and honest. Be truthful. Don't be irritating about it, but try to find out people who want to talk, people who may want to help. People like to help, but also read the room. If you ask somebody a question and they don't seem to be too talkative, back off. But don't take that as a loss. Don't take that as a loss. Celebrate the small wins when someone says, you know what? I'm going to introduce you to my agent. That happened to me years ago when I first moved out here to Hollywood. I met an actor on the set and he introduced me to my first agent. He didn't have to. He had no reason to. He just liked what I did on the set. We started talking a little bit and he said, I'm going to introduce you to my agent. And he did, and they took me on. Small successes, just being polite, talking to people. You know, I had no idea to ask him to introduce me to an agent, but you never know. Be polite, be friendly when you're on the set. Talk to your fellow actors. You never know who might help you, and then you in turn help someone else when you're in that position. You don't have to be rich and famous to help somebody or to give them a leg up or give them a referral. And remember that. Celebrate the small wins also. Networks start with one connection, one person, one filmmaker, one actor, one actress, one writer. one sound person on the set. I remember years ago I met a sound guy. We started talking. We had some kind of mutual interest. I can't even remember what it was, but it was outside of filmmaking. And we started talking. We became friends and stayed in contact. And years later, him and I did a film together. Connections. That's what this business is about. Personal connections, not just through email or on social media. Person to person. That's something that's being lost a lot in this business. This is being lost in society, not just this business, in society. Networking. Networking can help you to get any type of job, not just a job in entertainment business, any type of job. You can talk to people, network, find out someone who is in the field that you're interested in. You may know someone. They may know someone. They may refer you, but it's networking, personal networking. Don't forget about it. I know it seems old school and something that you only hear about in history. Everything now is online. Everything now is through social media. Person to person networking can't be beat. And I don't think it ever will be beat when you build those personal relationships. Consistency beats talent. Now, I know personally a lot of talented actors and actresses who decided they didn't want to continue with the struggle and they quit. They were very, very talented. And I've talked about this in other videos. They had what they call in the business, it. And if you ever meet someone with it, I don't know how to explain it, but it's this kind of magnetism. It's this kind of, I don't know. It's just something about a person who has that star power. When you meet someone, you'll feel it. They look at you, they talk to you, and they make you feel like you're the most important person in the world. And it's nothing phony. It's just something that some people have. But I've met a lot of people like that who quit. They didn't have the staying power. Consistency will take you a long way. Keep trying. If this is something you really want, if this is something that you desire, if this is a dream that you have that you don't want to let go, keep trying. Keep going. The person who never gives up has a higher chance of making it. Consistency is the secret. Keep going. Keep creating, even when no one claps. For instance, if you're doing a YouTube channel and you're not getting any views, but you like doing it, keep going. I know it's frustrating. It's hard to keep going when you don't see your views skyrocketing. You don't see your subscribers skyrocketing. You don't see that watch hours climbing. If this, for instance, is something that you want to do, keep going. If you want to be an actor and you're not getting called in for any roles, you want to be an actress and you're not getting called in for any parts, but it's something that you really want to do, that you don't want to give up, keep going. Find steps that you can take, action steps that can move you closer. And they don't have to be big, giant action steps. They need to be steps that move you closer to your goal. And it needs to be planned out. You need to write it down. I know you've heard people saying that. It doesn't have to be anything formal. It can be a list of steps that you want to take to reach your goal. And it will change. It will grow. As you get to some of those and achieve some of those steps, another few may pop up. You may see another path that can get you there faster. You may get a roadblock and you need to find a way around that roadblock. Planning is the key. And I say write it down so you can review it. You can look at it and see if it still makes sense. And if it doesn't, alter it. Don't just ball it up and throw it away. If this is something that you want, plan for it. Be consistent. Follow your plan. Make a plan. If it needs to change, alter it. It's your plan. You own it. Alter it and make it work for you, but be consistent. Whatever your consistent pattern is, you need to set one for yourself. Don't just live by the seat of your pants and go with the flow. So many people live their life like that. And then they get to 80 years old and they wonder what happened and it's over. Don't let that be you. Take my word for it. Planning, making steps, and moving through those steps. Alter those steps when they need to be altered. If something gets in your way and is blocking you, find a way around it. Ask people for help. Ask people who are successful for advice. But be consistent and work your plan. I'll see you in the next one.